Welcome to GwinnettDailyPost.com. Todd Cline and Will Hammock here talking about signing day, Will. A big day for Gwinnett and also around the country. Let's talk first of all about Gwinnett's maybe lack of players going to UGA and Georgia Tech this year. Just one player from the county going to one of those two institutions.
Yeah, David Andrews from Wesleyan's going to Georgia, and he's been a long-time commit. So I've noticed in talking with a lot of Gwinnett coaches, they've been disappointed with the Georgia's presence here in the county, and I think that's really been part of what's not why we haven't had a lot of kids go to Georgia lately. They haven't seen Coach Searles, who had recruited this area, or Coach Rick at all, and coming through Gwinnett. I mean, you hear about Nick Saban coming through all the time, Gene Chiswick coming through all the time. So a lot of the schools are disappointed they don't see those Georgia coaches more often. They kind of recruit off reputation a little more. That's kind of disheartening. And then you over at Georgia Tech, I think they made a push, but I just think the local recruits weren't interested in the Yellow Jackets for whatever reason this year. Last year, obviously, they made great strides in Gwinnett, getting Sean Green and Charles Perkins, the two Gwinnett players of the year. So I think Paul Johnson will continue to make a push. And I think if Georgia, I think in the future, if they want to come back in Gwinnett, they probably need to change the way they do some things.
Well, we're looking at these prospects, guys that were that are getting signed now that people are hoping maybe 2 or 3 years down the road are going to help their teams maybe win an SEC title, an ACC title, things like that. In your opinion, out of this Gwinnett recruiting class, who's a couple of the names that you would throw out there that you expect to one day see in the headlines playing for these college programs?
I think for me it's got to start with Taylor Heineke. He's going to go up to Old Dominion, and I think he's going to be a star there. I think he could have been a Division I quarterback at a bunch of places in this country, and a lot of people overlooked him because of his size. Kind of a late bloomer at quarterback, and he really didn't get the love he deserved, but he's an excellent player, got great mobility, throws the ball well. I think you're going to see him putting up huge numbers up there for that program. And another guy is Cameron Lynch over at Brookwood. I thought he was an SEC, ACC type linebacker. I think Syracuse really got a steal in him, and I think he's a guy that's really going to impact things up there, maybe immediately get on the field and make an impact on that Syracuse defense.
And as recruiting aficionados know, Will, it's never too early to start talking about next year in the recruiting class. For those people looking at the players for next year, who are going to be the big names from Gwinnett that college coaches are going to be going after?
It's going to be huge at Buford. I think you're going to see recruiters coming in and out of there like crazy. You're going to have 10, 11 kids maybe sign Division I scholarships out of that junior class. Got some excellent ball players. Vidal Alexander, he's got early offers from pretty much every major program in the country. So he's a guy that kind of leads that class. But Dylan Lee and Kurt Freitag, they have a lot of great offers already. Those are tight end, defensive end, linebacker type guys. They're excellent ball players. And then down at Brookwood, I think Nick Tompkins is a guy that's got a bright future out of that junior class. Got a lot of speed, so I think a lot of colleges will want him as a running back or as a cornerback.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Please check back next week for more Talking Sports at GwinnettDailyPost.com.